Look at Wanda, ready to rock her big presentation. But first, lunch. Sweet Pepper's Deli. Delicious, celebratory, but is it quick? The Cobb salad. Tender oven-roasted chicken, topped with cheese. Prepared, plated, and served? In 6 minutes? Is this for real? Well, of course. Well done, Wanda. Sweet Pepper's Deli. Yes, ma'am. Life is sweet.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather at 6.
Well, good evening and welcome to Mississippi Live Weather at 6. I hope y'all enjoyed y'all Sunday. It's a little bit more cloudier as compared to our Saturday, but still a warm and beautiful day as we wrap up the weekend. But hey, I'm here to let you know everything you need to know for what's going to be a pretty busy work week coming up, especially in the weather department, of course, here if you're tuning in to Mississippi Live Weather. So let's take a look at our headlines as I make sure you are ready to go by your Monday morning tomorrow. Warm weather, it is in full force. So this is not just a weekend thing that we are enjoying for our Saturday and Sunday. We go back to those frigid conditions. It's kind of what we talked about last weekend. No, we get even warmer as we get ready for the work week ahead. We're going to see a warming trend continue throughout the work week, and with that, we're going to see those rain chances kind of continue to build on in. We're going to see some more active weather incoming as well, as we are now in the first day of March, so happy March to all of you guys out there. But with that also comes severe weather season as we're getting closer and closer with each passing day, so definitely going to start to see that start to affect us here in North Mississippi. And that's what we're going to be talking about. We're going to see some of the stormy conditions try to make their way back into the forecast, especially a little bit more prominent for this weekend. So I'm going to make sure you are best prepared for Monday, Tuesday, all the way up until next weekend where you'll see me again. Make sure y'all are best prepared. So let's focus on the first 12 as we get ready to wrap up our Sunday and get ready for our Monday ahead. We're still seeing dry and mild conditions, 68 by 7 o'clock, cooling off towards the upper 50s by 10, mid 50s by 1, and pretty much sticking around there. And if that kind of shows you how mild and warm, above average we're going to be, well, that's pretty much the story of this forecast. Now, also taking a look for your Monday morning, you'll see that 10% still lingering in the forecast, showing spotty, I don't even want to say showers. Sprinkles are still in the forecast for North Mississippi, but not going to bother most of us. We're going to be lucky if we see a sprinkle or two. Once you see it, it'll already be out of here. So let's take some live looks across North Mississippi. See those beautiful conditions outdoors. Partly cloudy skies continue to be the story today. 73 degrees out there in Batesville, feels like 77. So definitely warm conditions, but hey, still beautiful. So if you haven't gotten outside already, do so tonight as we get ready for our work week tomorrow. Let's take a look out there in Starkville. 70 degrees, feels like 77, and take a look at those clouds up in the distance. This is facing south, just off of Highway 12, so you can see those sun rays hitting the clouds off in the distance. Beautiful sunset out there, even down there on our other Highway 12 camera. So beautiful conditions. Get outside, enjoy the sunset, because it's looking like it's going to be a good one tonight before the sun starts to completely set. Same thing out here in Tupelo, 72 degrees, feels like 77. That seems to be the common theme. Partly cloudy skies continue to dominate the forecast tonight, and that's going to continue to be the story as we wrap up our Sunday. Those temperatures all across North Mississippi, still pretty much in the low 70s across our region. We can even talk about some mid 70s, 75 out there in Eupora and Greenwood, 76 in Belzona, and 73 in Greenville. So still definitely warm this evening. It's going to continue to be that way as we wrap up the rest of our Sunday ahead, and thankfully we'll continue cooling off. But taking a look at our Mama Justice Toppler radar, we were talking about the possibility of maybe talking about a few sprinkles by the 6 o'clock tonight. Well, notice how those didn't really verify. Not too confident on those rain chances and those sprinkles, and if so, going to bother very, very few of us. We're talking about dry conditions all across North Mississippi, so any outdoor plans you have this evening, they're still going to be good to go before you wrap up your weekend and get ready for those responsibilities tomorrow. Now, I'm talking about this active work week coming up. Let's talk about that forecasted rainfall for the next 7 days. Take a look all across North Mississippi. We get some reasonable rainfall, pretty much around half an inch or more all across our region. The further northwest you go, well, you're forecasted to get more rainfall. Over 1.25 inches out there in South Haven and Tunica, 1 inch in Shenandoah, pretty much 3/4 of an inch throughout the middle portions of our viewing area, and then 1/2 inch in the Golden Triangle region and down southeast. Now, I want to take a look. This is for the next 7 days. Let's take a look at the start of the work week. Not really seeing much for the next 3 days. We're going to see maybe trace some sprinkles bothering us, but those rain changes not prominent for the first half of our work week. It's on the back half where we start to see some, but even then, it's taking a while until we see that rainfall start to bother us. Wednesday and Thursday, we'll start to see that rainfall try to move across North Mississippi, pretty much 100th of an inch if we're lucky across North Mississippi. Again, further northeast you go, more prominent chances or more confident chances for that rainfall. Pretty much around 1/4 of an inch in Senatobia and South Haven and Tunica. Starting to creep in just a little bit around that 1/2 an inch. So it's making its way, but it'll take until next weekend where we were talking about that stormy weekend ahead. Well, it'll happen Friday, Saturday, even into Sunday, where we start to see that meaningful rainfall start to affect us. Now let's take a look at our surface analysis and start talking about what's going on within our area. We had that cold front pass through last night, continuing to dig down further south into the southeast of the United States. And I want you to kind of imagine a line riding along the Mississippi-Tennessee state line. We have a stationary front right there, and that's helping those rain chances pretty much not bother us, and if we get any, they're going to be sprinkles. Further north you are of our state line, we're going to see more of those rain chances affect us, but a few sprinkles will try to push just a little bit further south and affect the most northern portions of the Magnolia State. Now, notice I keep saying sprinkles. That's going to be about it. Not really going to see any heavy showers move on through tonight, but if you're lucky enough to get a sprinkle, it'll pass by in the blink of an eye. So let's kind of track this out here on Futurecast and visualize that. We can still see those partly cloudy skies all across North Mississippi this evening. But as we continue into the overnight hours, take a look at those rain chances pretty much just north of the state line up into Tennessee. A few of those creeping in to our most northern counties in our state. But then again, very lightest shade of our color scale. Not really confident on those rain chances. If they move on through, going to be sprinkles. And also notice it's at midnight again. So not really affecting any outdoor plans. Most of us are inside for the evening and sleeping, getting ready for the work week tomorrow. That's going to continue to be the story as those rain changes move on out towards the north. And we will see a few showers try to make their way in for our Monday morning commute tomorrow. But notice, not all of us are seeing those rain chances. It's the further north you are in our viewing area. That's where our confidence is a lot greater for those sprinkles and showers moving through. Next 24 is going to show exactly that. Pretty much a mostly dry forecast for us, but for those select few in the northern portions of our state, could see a sprinkly slight shower to the start of your morning. Mid-50s by 6 o'clock with those partly cloudy skies. That's going to continue throughout the rest of your day before we'll see somewhat of a clearing of that cloud cover tomorrow evening. Rain changes kind of bothering us at the start of our morning. The further north you go, rising up towards the low 70s by lunchtime. Pretty much peaking in the upper 70s for your highs tomorrow, just showing those warm conditions. They're sticking with us and will continue to get warmer tomorrow evening. But good news is for any outdoor plans you have that you want to celebrate the start or end to your Monday, well, you're going to see mostly clear skies above and those temperatures are going to be beautiful. So definitely a beautiful forecast is in store for your Monday with, I know I'm not a big fan of Mondays, but can't beat a forecast like that as we get ready for the work week. But don't go anywhere. I'm going to make sure you know what's happening for your Monday and Tuesday and talking about those rainy conditions later this work week. All that's coming up right after this break.
When you've been injured, don't settle for a lawyer who doesn't even know where you live. Call Langston and Lott. Local lawyers, personal service, real results.
At First Choice Bank, we know you can't always make it before the bank closes. With our integrated teller, you can talk to a live person as late as 7 p.m. on weekdays and noon on Saturdays. It's not just an ATM, it's an ITM. First Choice Bank, your choice for banking.
I have been going to Tupelo Smiles my whole life. When I was a kid, I was unhappy about some uneven coloring on my teeth after getting my braces off, which at the time there really wasn't a fix. I was recently made aware of a solution that would totally fix it, which is exactly what we did. They not only heard my concerns, but they never stopped looking to solve my problem, and that's why I love Tupelo Smiles.
Right now, from the Room to Room Weather Center, here's meteorologist Caleb Edelblut.
Well, welcome back to Mississippi Live Weather at 6. Before I get started with this forecast, I wanted to give you a score update for the Mississippi State baseball game. They are in the bottom of the 9th, bases loaded, tied 5-5, I believe. So they're trying to wrap up their game, get the win. I know Ole Miss, I think, unfortunately lost earlier today, but still had an impressive showing. I think went 2-1 in the tournament. So good results from our teams out there across, not North Mississippi, they're actually playing in Texas. So they're doing a great job at the start of the baseball season, but wanted to give you all that update before we wrap up or start this broadcast. But let's take a look at our evening planner. We're talking about pretty much partly cloudy skies, transitioning a little bit more mostly cloudy later on this evening. Low 60s by 8 o'clock, continuing to slowly cool off, and it'll take a while for us to kind of feel any, I don't even want to say chilly or cooler weather, pretty much mid 50s even by that 2 o'clock time frame later on tonight. Now, Futurecast is going to show exactly that. Those partly cloudy, almost mostly cloudy skies continuing to kind of build on up throughout the rest of our evening. And with that, we're going to see those rain chances do their best to try to push across the state line into the Magnolia State. Not really seeing much of that as we continue into the overnight hours. If we do, it'll be late tonight. Not really going to bother us. Maybe hear a few sprinkles hit the top of our roof. It's until tomorrow morning where I'm a little bit more confident on those rain chances still in the northern portions of our state. But most of us will continue to stay dry, even seeing a clearer start to our day as well. But for those, especially in DeSoto County and just the most northwestern portions of our state, could see a little bit of a soggy start to your Monday morning tomorrow. Now let's talk about those low temperatures across North Mississippi this evening. Notice we're not really cooling off much. We are definitely above average where we should be. Top left corner of your screen is around 41 degrees Fahrenheit. So we are in the low 50s, pretty much more than 10 degrees above average for this time of year. So definitely going to be a warm start to the day and just a warm week period. Mid 50s pretty much going to be the lows all across North Mississippi. And with it being Sunday night, got to put in that school day planner tomorrow. Going to be a warm day as the kids get ready for school and pretty much make it home. Mid 50s by the time they are getting picked up by the school bus, and by the time they are making it back tomorrow afternoon, mid 70s. So I know compared to last weekend, we were talking about chilly conditions. They want to stay inside. I bet they will be ready to enjoy some time outdoors with some friends tomorrow afternoon. So let's track out and kind of take a visual on what your Monday is going to look like tomorrow. This is starting around 6 o'clock, still seeing those partly cloudy, mostly clear conditions to start off your day. Those rain chances starting to dig in just a little bit by 8:30. Could see somewhat of a soggy start the further north you are in our viewing area. Most of us continue to stay dry the further south you go. Now those rain chances, they're going to kind of linger throughout the first half of your day, maybe becoming a little bit heavier just south of Olive Branch in DeSoto County. But as we get ready for the afternoon hours ahead, those rain chances, they're going to move on out. Try to stick a little bit more consistent throughout the mid-afternoon, early evening hours. But for everyone down south and pretty much just south of Highway 6, y'all are going to be good, stay dry all day long. It's just those north of Highway 6 where we could see some of those spotty showers and sprinkles affecting you. Just notice how this model trying to put just these little tiny green bubbles everywhere, not showing increased confidence, but the possibilities there. Keep a rain jacket in the backseat, umbrella with you. Not expecting heavy downpours, but might want to have it just in case a sprinkle starts on your walk to the car after school or work. But those high temperatures tomorrow, going to be another toasty day, upper 70s across North Mississippi, and we're on the cusp of low 80s. I think Grenada actually coming in around 80 degrees. Don't worry, for the rest of the work week, you will have ample opportunities to get up there. Going to be a warm, toasty day. It's also going to feel like that outdoors, pretty much upper 70s as you go about your day. So short sleeves, that's going to be the name of the game as you go throughout the entire work week. No need to get those pants or long sleeves back in the rotation. And of course, with that, got to put in that pickleball planner, especially with school being back in session tomorrow, starting off with the work week. So definitely going to see if I can get out on the courts tomorrow. Going to be a beautiful day to do so. 55 by 7 o'clock if you want to get out there before classes. Low 70s by lunchtime, mid to upper 70s by the afternoon hours. And tomorrow evening, going to be fantastic in the mid 60s with some clearer skies above. So let's take a look at Futurecast as we track out the rest of your evening. A lot more clear the further south you go, especially the southern portions of the Delta. Those rain chances continue to move on out. And take a look at that. That's a warm front moving on through pretty much just outside of North Mississippi, but you can see that southerly motion, all that wind coming from the south or from the Gulf, that's supplying us with this moisture and just warm temperatures in general. It's going to stay like that all week long, and that's why we'll continuously feel warmer and warmer as we go about our days ahead. So could be talking about some record-breaking temperatures, but needless to say, it's going to be a toasty work week ahead. Starting off for your Tuesday morning, not agreeing with everything here. I think Tuesday is going to be our driest day, but notice one of the tricky parts about this forecast this week are it's going to be a just busy week and unsettled weather pattern throughout our work week. Models are putting rain chances almost every day. Now, Tuesday morning, not expecting too many, could still see some sprinkles, and they're going to last all day long, pretty much riding Highway 45 across the eastern portion of North Mississippi. But for those out west, especially in the Delta, y'all have a break. Y'all are seeing drier conditions throughout your Tuesday. Still envisioning a mostly dry Tuesday all around for North Mississippi. We can see that a lot more apparent by Tuesday evening. This is around dinner time, around 6:30, and even into the overnight hours. We're going to stay dry until those rain chances they start trying to come back into the forecast Wednesday. You can already see them a little bit out there in the southern portions of the Delta. So notice we're not tracking out anything intense, anything heavy, anything severe throughout the first half of the work week. Just going to be those sprinkles, those bothersome light showers that just affect us as we go about any outdoor plans or events at the start of the work week. Now those high temperatures for Tuesday, a little bit warmer. There's a lot more of us starting to creep into the low 80s as well. 80 in Water Valley, 81 in Grenada and Greenwood, and 80 out there in Belzona. Now, if you're not making it into the low 80s, you're definitely in the upper 70s. 78 in Amory, 77 Tupelo and New Albany, and 78 out there in Holly Springs. Our normal should be around 62. You can see that at the top left corner of your screen. We're just nowhere near that. So not bundle up, get ready for a toasty work week ahead. Future feels like value is going to feel exactly like that. So the good news is we're not in summer. We're not feeling a lot more elevated than those actual temperatures outdoors. So going to be beautiful. I know a lot of us are more excited for that spring-like weather to reach us. Well, it's definitely arrived as we start off our March. Now let's take a look at our 7-day forecast for what is definitely going to be a busy forecast and what's going to probably change a lot with every model run that comes out, especially throughout the work week. We're talking about mid-70s for your highs tomorrow. Going to be mild start to the day in the mid-50s, excuse me. But take a look at your lows as we continue throughout the work week. They continuously, pretty much steadily increasing as we go about the work week. So that moisture, it's continuing to enter our atmosphere into the skies above, and that's going to show those rain chances start to increase as well. Wednesday and on, we're going to see those rain chances creep back into the forecast and stay pretty consistent as those highs reaching the low 80s across North Mississippi. But then by Friday into Saturday and Sunday, we could be tracking some of those heavier showers, maybe some thunderstorms as well. Could be potential talks of some severe weather as we're getting closer towards severe weather season. Now, we still have a ways to go, and models are not doing a fantastic job at all lining up, and they keep changing on that timing. So make sure to stay updated with us all week long as we'll give you the very latest as we track out what's coming this upcoming weekend, but everything you can expect for this work week as well. But don't go anywhere. We're going to be talking about those rain chances, also those dew points, and just how thunderstorms work with how it could be bothering us as we go about our work week. So don't go anywhere. All that's coming up right after this break.
The 9th Annual World of Customs Indoor Car Show, Friday through Sunday, February 27th through March 1st in Tupelo Furniture Market, Building 5. Custom cars, trucks, and bikes, free Hot Wheels racing, and a free Hot Wheels each day for the first 50 kids. Special guest Eric Estrada from the TV show Chips, Pinstriper Von Hot Rod, Michael Brandt of Garage Bound Mobile Welding, and Bumblebee. The World of Customs Car Show, February 27th through March 1st in Tupelo Furniture Market, Building 5. Partially funded by Visit Mississippi and Tupelo Visitors Bureau. Some proceeds go to Le Bonheur Children's Hospital and Wounded Veterans Charities.
I'm your retirement fear, but don't be scared. You're still in pre-retirement.
Does that mean I have more time to plan?
Precisely. This is pretirement.org.
This isn't scary. I'm doing it.
You wonder how they're going to experience the real world in real safety, where all kids are welcome and everyone has a path forward to new skills, advancement, leadership, something they will carry with them the rest of their lives.
Well, thanks for sticking here with us for Mississippi Live Weather at 6. Let's start off this segment talking about your dew points. Notice as we went through today and go into the start of our work week, not really seeing those as elevated and pretty much below the limits of this chart. But as we continue throughout the work week, a steady increase as we get closer and closer towards next weekend. And this is kind of something that us meteorologists look for closer towards severe weather season and just stormy conditions. You want to see those elevated dew points. That's kind of almost acts as a fuel if you want to think about it that way, just showing that there is enough moisture in the environment for some activity to occur. So we can see that kind of continue to increase as we go about our work week and peaking pretty much around the weekend. So let's kind of compare that with our rain chances as well. As we go throughout the work week, those rain chances continue to increase as well. Now Friday's going to be a tricky one. Notice how it kind of just dips slightly. Models not agreeing whatsoever with Friday. I'm expecting that percentage to probably bump around just a little bit. So make sure to continue to stay updated with us all week long. Morning meteorologist Maggie McCauley will have a fresh set of model runs in the morning. And of course, our chief meteorologist Matt Laubon and Gabe Maynard will be back tomorrow evening as well, giving you the very latest for what could be an active weekend ahead. But with these rain chances, there's the potential for maybe some rumbles of thunders as well. So I want to talk about thunderstorms and kind of how they work, as we could hear some rumbles as we go about our work week this week. First off, you got to need the necessary ingredients, and that's just daytime heating. You want to see those sunny skies as you go about your day. That sunshine pretty much warms up the surface, allowing that daytime heating to occur. And with that, it warms up the air, warms up those parcels, and warm air rises. So once we see that warm air, it's going to continue to rise, and it'll eventually meet that condensation level. I'm kind of covering it up real quick with my head, but kind of want to see what's occurring right here, and I didn't want to cover up that part. But those warm air, or those parcels, they continue rising due to that warm air, and once it reaches a certain level, it'll start condensating, and we'll see those clouds begin to form. So those higher clouds, those thin, wispier clouds we talk about sometimes, it takes a while for them to condense and form into clouds, but for those that are associated with thunderstorms and just those cumulus clouds, we see them a little bit lower, those puffy white clouds that begin to go a little bit more vertical. Doesn't take them as long. So that's kind of the start of how we can see those thunderstorms start to form. We talked about lightning the other day. Well, this one is all going to be about thunderstorms. So there's different stages of a thunderstorm. It's pretty much the three that we talk about. It's the cumulus stage, mature stage, and dissipating. So we're going to start talking about the cumulus stage. That's updraft dependent. Mature stage, updraft and downdraft. You can see that orange line going up, that's your updraft. Blue line coming down, that's your downdraft. And then dissipating, all downdraft. So definitely a heavier portion of that stage. But let's talk about that cumulus stage. This is kind of what we were just talking about, that surface heating occurring throughout the daytime that brings that warm air up, because warm air rises, cooler air sinks. We're going to see that continue as we go about our day. And with that, it'll reach that condensation level. We'll see those clouds begin to form. And that's like, I don't know if y'all remember a lot during the summertime, especially when we see those just convective thunderstorms just pop up all the time here in North Mississippi. Matt talked about a lot of those vertical clouds. That's what you can kind of start to expect, especially as we reach that mature stage. It's going to continue to grow more and more vertical as you go about your day. This is the mature stage, where not only is it just an updraft now, we're starting to talk about a downdraft as well. And that's where we start to see that heavy rainfall start to just get pretty much just funneled and pushed out of the cloud. Also see some hail as well, but this is the fun part as well. We were talking about those hailstorms that moved through Thursday and how they're different colors and rings around it. Well, this is due to the updraft. The updraft kind of brings those hailstones up. It's super cold up at the top of the cloud. They'll freeze, they'll harden, they'll condense. And then if they try to start getting heavy enough, they'll fall down the downdraft, but maybe it's not heavy enough yet, so they go back up. And that's why they keep layering up, getting thicker and thicker, and you can kind of see those rings. So a little bit fun fact for the day and understanding how that hail growth works, especially throughout the past work week here in North Mississippi. But mature stage showing both that updraft and downdraft occurring as that thunderstorm continues to grow. But once it reaches that dissipating stage, it's pretty much done. That updraft almost acts as its life source, its fuel. Without that fuel, it starts to decay. So it's all downdraft dependent. That's where we're going to see some of the heavier rain, and we'll see that severe weather really start to occur as it just kind of dumps out all that rain, all that hail, all that wind as well. So it could be talking about some microbursts with these as well. But that's kind of how thunderstorms work, that dissipating stage showing that downdraft continuing to push out, and where we see a lot of that rainfall fall. So wanted to kind of give you all an explainer, because I love talking about those and making sure you guys know how it works, because we see it all the time here in North Mississippi. So might as well understand what's going on above our heads. So of course, here's the QR codes, both our iOS and Android app. We appreciate all the support you have given us, but stay in tune. Scan that QR code. It'll take you to our app and those live streams, because we'll have a busy work week ahead, as you saw a lot of rain chances and just above average rainfall on its way to North Mississippi. We'll be live later on tonight at 10, where I'll give you the very latest on some more model runs that continue to come out. But our morning meteorologist, Maggie McCauley, will be up and at 'em early with you guys, making sure you are ready for your morning hours. And of course, if those rain chances and sprinkles start to shift just a little bit more with that stationary front, she'll be live at 6:30, 7, and 7:30 tomorrow morning. And our chief meteorologist, Matt Lavon, and meteorologist Gabe Maynard will be back at 5, 6, and 10 as you celebrate the start of your work week and Monday being over. So they'll have the very latest for you, helping you get ready for a potentially busy weekend coming up. But until then, enjoy the rest of y'all Sunday, and we'll see y'all back here live in the Rooms Room Weather Center.
Again, these will not be tornado-producing thunderstorms. These are kind of high-base storms, so they're hail producers, hail threat. Probable that we've been dropping some large hail, probably in excess of an inch inside.
And of course, we will keep eyes on that as well. Now, this is looking more towards the south and west.
That is 65 dBz. This is golf ball size hail, easily.
This is in downtown Tupelo right now. Folks are driving very cautiously because of the heavy downpour.
This is looking the same way that Ethan's looking at there. So this is the backside of that thunderstorm. Still a decent amount of hail aloft in that.
So this is probably the front of it as it continues moving through that Boeing segment.
It's a large output of large hail in the Dumas area, and that was one of our more notable storms.
We've had some hailstones out here in the last few minutes, north side of Tupelo. So we have had some power disruptions from this coming through at the highest end, 3+ inches.